Hello students, Educator Guru is getting you one more answers for the subject Management Principles and Application for first semester BCom students as per the model question paper which was given earlier about 3 days back. After seeing the response and your comments that we have decided to prepare the answers, so it becomes easy for you, right? So my request is those who have not subscribed for this channel, kindly subscribe and share among your friends, right? And write the best in the examination and all the best for you. So I have answered all the questions where, even though it is answer any 5 questions, 4 questions, 3 questions will be there, but we have answered all the questions for your sake. I am going to get you now glimpse of everything. Wherever the explanation is necessary, I am going to get you the explanation also, right? So let us start the thing, that is management practices and applications, that is for BNU students. So first question in section A, what is meant by talent management? I hope you knew that you are all talented. Talent means, that means what you have in your mind, that you are going to showcase it, right? But here the talent management, what is the management of talent? It is called as management is the systematic process of planning, decision making, organizing, leading, motivation and controlling the natural aptitude and inner quality of potential human resources to match the position of the organization for achieving long term, most important, long term business objectives. So we'll say that this student is very talented. Why that student is very talented? Because he plans everything, he organizes everything, he know how to study, he know how to take marks, he know what is his vision. That is called as the talent of the student. Likewise, the talent of the management is also in the similar fashion, right? So when that talent is there, then definitely success will be of the management. Second question, what is esprit de corps? Say this is a French word. This is a French word, right? So I had in mind that they may ask this question. This principle states that union is strength. That means when we work together, then we can achieve everything. That is called as, what do you mean by esprit de corps, right? It refers to this team spirit. You see the team spirit. That is harmony in the work group and mutual understanding among the workers. A group of workers working collectively in the harmony and with mutual cooperation leads to the achievement of goals efficiently. For this, always you remember your cricket team. One is the leader, one is captain, the other one is vice captain, all other players, but only with captain and vice captain they cannot win the match. It is the question of what you call the whole team plays, right? That is called as, what do you mean by union is strength, right? That is called as esprit de corps. What is meant by single use plan? Single use plans are designed for a specific purpose. It is for some specific purpose and for a short period. That means it cannot be used for a long, what do you call, time. They are not repetitive in nature. As soon as the purpose is served, they become redundant. Programs, projects and the budgets are the part of a single plan. That means it will be done only for that. Assuming that you have done one plan that is for next 20 days, right? That is for product X something. You have done that one, you finished, then everything is finished. That is only for that particular product or for particular project. That is called as, what do you mean by single plan, right? What is network organization? So very important. A network plays the vital role in any manner and in any situation, right? And even for individuals also. So a network organization, a business structure where employees form small multidisciplinary teams that work independently to achieve the common goals. So they would like to have that actually their own team, then they decide that how this work should be what actually done. In this type of model, the organization does not rely on the traditional top level, top to bottom supervisory mechanism. because they have formed what you call their network. They knew that this task how it will be completed. That is A, B, C, 5. That in A there are four members, or in B there are 8 members. Then they will have that network, and they knew that how to finish that job, right? What is a virtual organization? I need not tell you about virtual because you have already experienced because of corona. You had that virtual classes rather than offline classes, right? So here virtual organization. A virtual organization is a temporary or permanent collection of geographically dispersed individuals, groups, organizational units, or entire organization that depend on electronic linking. That's why I told you, right? Electronic linking in order to complete the production process working what actually definition. So this is very, very important. That means where the whole collection will be done geographically, where you can connect anybody with that, but it is through what actually electronic linking. So I hope you used to listen your teacher's lecture. That is, you are sitting in the market and used to what actually listen. You are sitting at home, you used to. So likewise here also, say temporary or permanent collection of geographically dispersed individual. I hope when Corona was there, say student was in Bangalore, one person was in Chikbalapur, the other person was in Pune, but they used to connect. That is called as what you mean a virtual organization. That is here for the purpose of one vertical process. That is called as production process. Next, what is vertical coordination? So you should not confuse virtual and vertical. Vertical means it is called as straight, right? That is from top to bottom or bottom to top. Coordination of the activities of manager, deputy manager, superintendent and others below him is called a vertical coordination. That is called as order, protocol we call as vertical. This means coordination from top to down or bottom to up, right? So it is bottom to up, you can say right that. This is called as vertical coordination, right? What is a level 5 leadership? What is level 5 leadership? Level 5 refers to the highest level in the hierarchy of executive capabilities that we identify during our research. Leaders at the other 4 levels in the hierarchy can produce high degree of success, but not enough to elevate companies from mediocrity to sustained excellence, right? So level 5 leadership is a concept developed in the book Good to Great. Level 5 leaders display a powerful mixture of personal humility and indomitable will. They are incredibly ambitious, but their ambition is first and foremost for the cause, for the organization and its purpose, not themselves. While level 5 leaders can come in many personality packages, they are often self-effacing, quiet, reserved, and even shy. A very good to great transition in our research began with a level 5 leader who motivated the enterprise more than inspired standards than inspiring personality. So you should try to understand a person who has got such a beautiful talent, then manage everything is called as what actually level 5 leadership. That means here you should think that come many personality packages, they often self is a quiet, reserved and even shy. But they know that once those who are very quiet and calm, their achievement is what actually different. So that type of leadership, they don't talk too much, but they do the work. That is called as, what do you mean by what is level 5 leadership? Now section B, students. Briefly explain the advantages of TQM. Either they may give TQM or total quality management. That is advantages. That means the total quality management, what we are going to get the advantage. Total quality management helps to find out what the customers want, include both internal customers and the employee or the next person, the process, as well as the external customers. That means It gives importance to everybody, whether it is internal or external. That is called as total. The word itself is a total. That means all round, right? Purpose a Propose a product or service which will meet or exceed what the customer wants. That means what that the person is in need, that we are going to get, or beyond that we are going to get. Design a production process that facilitates doing the job right the first time, right? So very important. So you have to design such a thing that you can do the job perfectly. Keep away from the result and use those to guide improvement in the system. Never stop trying to improve. See, this is very, very important. See, always we should have that improvement till the end of our life. It cannot stop. Say, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa says that as long as I live, I do learn. So what a statement. It is very simple that in the similar fashion, the improvement of life is something different. That means at any point of time, we can think of positively and we can change ourselves, right? So the same system also here appears, that is called as never stop trying to improve. We should never stop. Always you should say that better than this, better than this, better than this. That is total quality management advantage. Extend this concept to suppliers and to distribution. Say always you should not keep it for oneself, then it should be extended to others also. So these are the advantages of what actually TQM. Now the next question, briefly explain the essentials of a good plan. Say you know that plan plays the vital role, but simply planning is a waste. Planning always should be executed. Say all students will plan how to study, but the question is how many of them they execute it. So I will get up at 5 o'clock. That today I will read what actually these are the subjects, these are the things. Yes, at the end of the day, what you have planned, whether you did it or not, say that means you have to review it. Likewise, when you review it, then it becomes certainly a good plan, right? So it should be based on a clearly defined objective. It must be simple. It should be rational and appropriate. It should be comprehensive. It should provide for a proper analysis and classification of actions. It must be flexible. It must be balanced. Say, whenever we talk about what we call good plan, that means these are the qualities, right? What plan that say that should be understood by everybody, and there should not be any complication. That is called, it should be simple. The rational, that means there must be logic behind it, right? What you are saying, yes, it is acceptable, right? Then it should be comprehensive. That means in detail it should be there. It should provide a proper analysis and classify. So what you say that there should be, yes, for why you are doing like this, yes, for that you should give analysis, and how you give classification, and any change can be made, yes, that is called as flexible, right? Flexible means, yes, somebody says that it's instead of this we can do like this, yes, it can be done. That is called a, it should never become a rigid plan. Say at any point of time it can be changed, yes, it can be changed. Then it must be balanced. That means it must be for everyone. So these are the what you call essentials of a good plan. Or you can say in so many other things also there. That is, it must be, it must use all available resources and opportunities to the utmost before creating new authorities and new resources. It should be free from social and psychological biases of the planners as well as of subordinates. There should be a proper coordination among the short-term and long-term plans. Even if you don't write this, if you write those things, that is enough. Here it is called the third one. Use all available resources. When you plan that, you must be able to use all the resources and opportunities. We say that when you are a student, use that opportunity, right? And make sure that you will be what you call become a bright student in your career, right? It should be free from social and psychological bias. Bias means that is prejudice, that I have already assumed something. That should not happen, right? That should be free. Yes, when it is being given, yes, right, it is right. You should not think that negatively, right? Then there should be a proper coordination. Yes, always coordination and cooperation plays a role. Person to person is called as, within the department is called as cooperation. The cooperation between the two departments is called as coordination, right? So proper coordination among the short term as well as what actually the long term plans must be there. Then they are called as essentials of a good plan. And then next, explain any 4 features of staffing, right? You know that your one chapter is organizing, staffing, leadership, everything is there. So 4 features, that is called as characteristics. Staffing is not a temporary exercise. Staffing is not an activity which can be undertaken only temporarily, right? It is a continuous activity so that required manpower is available throughout the year and at all times without any problem. If you do not have proper staff to work, then how the work will progress, right? So for that, you should have that it is not temporary or it is not permanent. That means whenever need is there, yes, you should supposed to take such type of employees. Staffing is a complex process. It is not a easy. It is very complex because everyone says that after that, then what happens? That is called as what actually complex process. According to Wendell French, the broad personal management function must be a joint effort of all managers within an organization. The complex nature of staffing functions stems from the fact that sometimes totally unrelated functions are assigned to staffing functions. The complexity increases because an enterprise is a dynamic entity having number of systems and subsystems. Say you must be very careful. Say it is very, very complex because we would like to say that everyone should learn everything. But when doing that process, then you will have a problem. But you have to take it. It is plus or minus. Today, it is order of the day, right? You have to accept. Change is inevitable. That is as per what Sri Krishna says. We have to accept and do it. Staffing is a logical exercise. The various logical steps to be followed in staffing are manpower planning, recruitment, selection, induction, appraisal, training, maintenance of personnel. Staffing is a managerial function. So don't think that it is just we have appointed their NC matter. You have joined the call. Earlier it was there. Now once you join this, you will have induction program. That means what all the things are there in the college. Then you will have training, then you will have classes, then you will have what you call workshop. You will have several programs. Why? Because you must be trained in such a way, then you will become the best student. The outcome is you will become the best student after 3 years. In the similar fashion, staffing is a logical exercise. That means when you appoint a person, then how you are going to get everything is called as what you mean by logical exercise. Staffing deals with present and future requirements. Say it is not only today, tomorrow also that we have to think, that is today and tomorrow. Changes keep on taking place. I hope just I told you Sri Krishna. Very frequently in the staff on account of retirement, resignation, deaths, terminations, etc. Staffing therefore not only deals with the present but also with future. If it is own people are not developed, an organization may have to hire people from outside. So it is better you should train your people only, then you should see that the what you call the rotation of the staff should be what actually very less. Attrition, we call it attrition rate must be very less. That means you have to keep your employees, right? Staffing involves people. So always staffing involves people. According to Kuhn's, the function of staffing and directing are concerned almost completely with the people, a fact that which introduces enormous complexities that do not yield so well to the efficacy of logic. Uncertainties in the selection and direction of people create baffling problems in general management. Human behavior is so complex that many times human beings become a source of frustration and tension. On the other hand, human beings are the most valuable asset of an organization. That means you have to think that how to handle the people. Say there is one beautiful proverb, just I would like to get you that one. The distance between human being and being human is lot, but every day put one step forward to reach that goal. Human being and being human. So likewise staff plays the vital role, that is staffing involves very, very important. Now the next question, fifth question, explain any 4 limitations of organizing. Ignorance of objectives. That means if I forget that what is the objective organization, then it becomes what you call minus point for both the individual as well as for the organization. Each department head works according to his sweet will. They always give more importance to their departmental objective. The overall organization objectives suffer. For example, to establish its image, the production department produce quality products, ignoring the fact that the market trend favors accepting medium quality products. So if you forget that what you call objective ignorance, then you are going to pay penalty for it. Difficulty in interdepartmental coordination. I have already told you, between the two persons in the same department it is cooperation, between the two departments it is called as coordination, right? All departments heads may work as per their own wish. No doubt this facilitates coordination with the department, but it makes interdepartmental coordination difficult, right? Conflict of interest. Say everyone should be interested. That there should not be any particular discrepancy between the interest. Every department head wants to become a functional empire. To satisfy their ego, it should get out. Ego. Everyone demands maximum resources for their department. It should not be like that. Whatever it is located, if it is sufficient for the department, yes, it should be there. If it is think on the other way, then it becomes a conflict, right? Hurdle in complete development. This system is a hurdle in the way of a complete development of the employees. Each employee specializes only in a small part of the whole job. So you must be very careful before you decide something, what are the limitations are there, right, in organizing. So you think that and write. Then the last question in section B, write a note on transactional leadership. Say transactional leadership works at the basic level of need satisfaction, where transactional leaders focus on lower levels of the hierarchy. Transactional leaders use reward and punishments to gain compliance from their followers. In any case, transactional leaders are not concerned with the well-being of the workers as compared to transformational leadership. I hope you have understood the meaning of transactional leadership. Say, they always think of that is to give importance for few persons, not for everybody. Or they want to punish somebody, they want to reward somebody. That should not be there, right? Say, they should think of well-being of everyone. That is called as transformational leadership. Say, if you make bad as good, it's very fine. If you make good as bad, then it is very dangerous. They are eccentric motivators that bring minimal compliance from followers. They accept goals, structures, and culture of the existing organization. Transactional leaders tend to be directive and action oriented. They are willing to work within the existing system and negotiate to attain goals of the organization. They tend to think inside the box when solving the problem, right? So this is just a note on what actually transactional leadership, right? Yes, students. Now section C. I think I have given you detailed explanation for section A and B. So for section C, what I am going to do is, I am just going to get you the gist so that you can study, because I have written elaborative answers. You can read what all that I have explained. That is what you are going to get it in section C, right? So don't worry about that, right? If you read, you will get it, because I have given you the hint how you should read, right? Explain the various levels and types of managers. There are different types of managers and different types of levels, right? So you know that the top level management, right? Then upper middle level management, right? Then what do you call middle level management. So these are the three types of what actually the management what we are having. So you can just go through it. That I'll going to just show I'll read the first para. It is an organization. There are 3 different levels of management according to chain of command or hierarchy of authority. These levels are based on authority, responsibility, or superior and subordinate relationship. The levels represent different managerial positions and a hierarchy of command. These levels are defined in the organization to determine the authority, responsibility, and status of the managers. The number of manager levels within the organization depends upon size and nature of the firm. That means you need not say that everywhere you should have. Sometimes in some organization you will have only 2 levels. One is the management level, the other one is employees, their NC matter. But you will have usually top, middle and lower, right? So top level management, it consists of the board of directors and chief executive officers of the firm referred as top management. The chief officers can be referred as general manager. Here you say what all that you can write. President, right? President from chairman, chairman from managing director, right? The top level is they held the responsibility for overall management, administration, policy making, directing and controlling. Then you can see that functions of top level management. I've given you in detail so that they may ask anything. Say, don't think that you are going to get everything. Say, they may ask only different levels of management or different types of managers, right? So I have combined both the sections, both the points, and have given one question so that you may get this question or that question, because it is only for 10 marks. Functions of top level management: to define the long term objectives, then appointment of department heads and key executives of the firm, right? Then to represent the company to outside world and trade unions, press, government, etc. To review overall activities of the company, to coordinate the various activities of different departments. They define development and organization activities of the firm to implement the same. So a whole organization thing, it will be done by whom? Actually by the top level management. That is called as perfect direction, right? The next one is upper middle level management, that is second one, right? The departmental and the divisional heads are called upper middle level management. These managers are responsible for achieving the short term goals and their long term, it is short term goals and targets as decided by the top level management. Day to day management of the various activities within their departments, coordinating, controlling, directing their subordinates, etc. These managers acts as a middleman between the top management and middle and lower level management. So middle level management will be contacting what you call top level and lower. That is why they are called as what you mean middleman, right? So their responsibility includes executing and implementing the orders, plans and policies of the top level management and supervise the lower level managers. These managers are also known as intermediate management. Marketing manager, accounting manager, finance manager, HR manager, production manager, etc. referred to as intermediate management. Their functions are as under. I have given you everything. To coordinate the activities of the department, to be responsible for the specific result of their department, to attain the objectives as designed and defined by top level management, to supervise the middle level and lower level management. Middle level management, these managements are handled the day-to-day activities of the firm. They also develop, train and recruit operatives lower level management. The level of management consists of coordination of different departments, sectional officers, plant managers, office managers, right? Branch managers, area managers, deputy departments, their function. To develop and train lower level staff, to coordinate various activities within their department, to give clear instructions to be carried out in their department, to control wastage, inefficiency in their department, to interpret and explain the policies framed by the lower and upper level management. See, this is very simple. They are going to carry out whatever that the top and middle level is going to get. It is called as middle level management, right? Then operating or shop level or lower level functional level management, right? These managers generally possess a technical knowledge. These managers are responsible for explaining the procedures, sending reports, supervising, controlling the workers, maintaining discipline, and maintain a good interdepartmental relationship with the organization. The lower level managers consist of a foreman, supervisors, and functions can be listed as follow. Say what you have to do is you can just make a gist of this also, then make on your own way how you can answer, right? Then I have given you all that what actually functions. To plan day-to-day production activities laid down by the top level, upper level, middle level what actually management, to assign the job workers, to arrange for the materials needed for the production, upkeep, maintenance of what actually machinery, to explain work procedure to the workers, to maintain discipline and good human relations among the workers, to get feedback from workers, to supervise and control workers, maintain a good personal relationship with them. So this is how you are supposed to what actually think, both that is called as levels of management and levels of managers, right? The next question, explain the purpose of communication. Communication plays the vital role. Say what you want to do now, we are doing communicating. We are communicating through social media, right? That is through YouTube channel. It is very simple, it is communication. Say I am trying my best to communicate to you, that is your subjects, right? So likewise the purpose of communication wherever it is there, right, how it will be in an organization, what will be, helps in achieving coordination, helps in smooth working, increased managerial efficiency, helps in decision making, helps in maintaining industrial peace, helps in recruitment process, helps employees to perform effectively, helps to acquaint subordinates with their evaluation, helps in teaching employees about personal safety, helps in managers performing his functions. You see that these are the so many things of what you call communication. Communication helps all the field. Without communication you cannot achieve anything, right? So communication plays the vital role, right? For everything we need communication. Say how we communicate, then how the other person what actually understand, that is called as what actually. If it is convincing, that communication is good. If it is confusing, then you have to think of that communication. So this is the purpose of what actually the communication. Next question, what is meant by decentralization of authority? Explain the importance of decentralization. You know what is decentralization? Decentralization is, that means you divide the responsibility, right? Delegate the responsibility to other persons also. That means it should not be in one hand. Centralized means it is one hand. Decentralized means it is in many hands. That means everyone is responsible for one work. That is called as what I call decentralization. Decentralization is a systematic distribution, you see, distribution of decision making and authority evenly starting from the top percolating down to the bottom. In decentralized organization concern, the top level management retains certain critical areas of decision making for itself and delegates the rest of the authority to middle and lower level of management. That means everything cannot keep by themselves with the top management, where it will be given to the middle and lower level management. We can say that decentralization is extension of delegation. Importance of decentralization. Decision making by the middle and lower level management. In the decentralization, subordinate gets chance to decide and act independently, which develops their skills and capability. Assuming that if decision is given, that is decentralization is being done in your house. Say you take all the responsibility of bringing provisions and keep an account for it, then the responsibility is yours. Then how you work, right? Your father will say you do this. Now I would like to say that you learn all these things. Then the entire what do you call, the thing has been given to you. Then you feel so happy. Now you are going to handle. So that is very very important. That is called as what I mean by decision making. Effective communication. So you should have that effective communication. Otherwise it's a waste. Communication system becomes effective by way of a wider span management and fewer levels of organization. This increases the effectiveness of communication. Motivation of middle and lower level. Say motivation is one thing. Always we are supposed to motivate. That means you should say that if you do this, you will get that. That is called as motivation. Right? If you pass with what you call 80%, 90%, then you will get a good job. Then you can go for higher studies. That is called as motivation. Say even in a job, say that if you achieve this what you call target, then you will be get something. So that is called a decentralization, promotes independent thinking and innovation. It encourages employees to show initiative. It engages them with a sense of importance and social recognition. All these factors increase productivity and help in optimization. That means maximum. What is our optimization of employee output, which generates revenue for the organization. Right? Then improved decision making. Decisions are faster and time is not wasted in decision making. Decisions are made by those who execute the decision. It cuts the red tape. Right? That means if you have so many formalities, then you may not be able to take any decision. So for that it is the thing. Effective supervision and control. This becomes a possible because a lower level management and supervisors have authority to control and bring out changes which they think will do good to the organization. By controlling and supervising, the managers are able to evaluate performance of their units. By making necessary changes, they are able to correct deviations. Thus, performance of the organization is improved. Say wherever necessary, they make some changes. You are supposed to accept that, right? Whether it is higher, lower, whatever it is. When decentralized has been given, yes, it is my duty. When responsibility has been fixed for me, that it is my accountability. So that means I will discharge my duty in such a manner that the target is what actually the objective of the firm is achieved. Professional development of managers. So decentralized structure makes it possible for a middle and lower level managers to exercise judgment, most important, and decision making. This polishes their decision making and leadership skills. It provides them experience and prepares them for taking up bigger responsibility. I told you, if your father has given some responsibility, do look after all these things. You bring all what you call bring all the provisions and milk and other things. It is your responsibility how you are going to manage. I am going to get this much of amount. Then that is called as what do you mean by which motivates and increases your responsibility, and you know that how it should be what you call it. It may become a challenge, but you know that how to discharge the work. That is the thing. That is what we are going to professional development. Then democratic environment. What is democratic? That means there is no what you call one way, right? It is exchangeable, right? Comparatively more employees are involved in decision making in decentralized organization. The decision making is at all levels and at all departments. This creates a democratic environment, giving all people a feeling of contributing the organizational goal. That means everybody says, yes, I can say something, and that has been accepted. They will be very, very happy, right? So this is how you can say this question, that is what is meant by decentralization, explain the importance. So you can say all importance, right? Next question, explain the importance of motivation. I have already told you importance of motivation, just I will go through it because I have already told you the examples of motivation. Without motivation, you cannot achieve anything. Say, unless you get motivated, purpose of motivation is a waste, right? So once you say that motivation is built up in you, then you will be a different person altogether. That is called as different student altogether. Puts up human resources into action, improves level of efficiency of employees, which results in increase in productivity, reducing of cost of operation, improving overall efficiency, leads to achievement of organizational goals. When the below factors take place, there is best possible utilization of resources, there is a cooperative work environment, the employees are goal oriented, that is called as goal directed, and they act a purposive manner. Goal can be achieved if coordination and coordination take place simultaneously which can be effectively done through motivation, right? Builds friendly relationship, which initiates the following things: monetary and non-monetary incentives. Say few persons say that you increase the salary, I don't want any post, anything like that. You say my salary, you just increase it. That is called as what monetary. Some person say, no, don't increase my salary, but call me as manager. That is non-monetary. That means even as a clerk also the salary is same, but designation is changed as manager, but salary is up. But he is happy with what actually non. So few persons are for monetary, for few persons are non-monetary. So that is called a, so motivation is one thing which cannot be explained, should be experienced, if I am correct, right? So promotion opportunities for employees, disincentives for inefficient employees. If they are not done correct job, then they are going to withdraw that what actually their incentives. Those above measures and steps taken by the managers helps in effective cooperation, which brings stability. Industrial disputes and unrest in employees will reduce. The employee will be adaptable to the change and there will be no resistance to change. There will be they will help in providing smooth and sound concern, which individual interest will coincide with the organizational interest, right? This will result in profit maximization through increased productivity, leads to stability of workforce. So the most important thing of the motivation is, if you have positive motivation, definitely it will lead to all purpose of the organization. So that is very, very important. So whoever it is there, don't insist on negative points, but insist on positive points, right? And read the employees, then you will get the best result. Next, 11th question, explain different theories of leadership. You know that leadership plays the vital role, right? Boss is different, leader is different. So there is one saying or difference between boss and leader. When boss is late, he is not late, he has been delayed. But when a leader is there, he apologizes for that, right? In one organization, a leader, how it will be, a chairman comes to the organization 2 minutes late, but he asks apology with all the employees, I am sorry, today I am 2 minutes late, excuse me. So that is called as leader. That means leader accepts, whereas boss doesn't accept, right? So that is the difference. So you try to become a leader, not what actually boss. So great man theories 1840 assume that the capacity of leadership is inherent. That means it is inbuilt. The great leaders are born, not made. These theories often portray great leaders as a heroic, mythic, and destined to rise the leadership when needed. Right? So the great man was used because at the time, leadership was thought of primarily as a male quality, especially in terms of military leadership. Now it is not like that. Trait theory of leadership. The trait model leadership is based on characteristics of many leaders, both successful and unsuccessful, and is used to predict leadership effectiveness, right? This resulting the list of traits are then compared to those who potential leaders and to assess their likelihood of success or failure. Sometimes you will have to think of many unsuccessful, then you will become successful. Say Abdul Kalam was saying that read more what you call failure stories rather than successful stories. When you say more failure stories, then you will understand the reality of life, so that you will become something different. So don't think that it is minus. That means from that you may gain something different. That is called as the leadership. Scholars taking the traits approach attempt to identify the physiological, that is appearance, height, weight, demographic, age, education, socio-economic background, personality, self-confidence and self-awareness, intelligent, decisiveness, then judgment and knowledge, task-related, achievement, drive, initiative and persistent, and social characters, that is sociability and cooperativeness, with leader emerging and leader effectiveness. Say you will have to think from so many angles, then it is called as what? Trait. Then contingency theories. Contingency theories of leadership focus on particular variables related to the environment that might determine which particular style of leadership is the best suited for the situation. If that situation is there, then you can work on contingency. It is for some time, right? According to this theory, no leadership is a style is best in all situations. Success depends on the number of variables, including the leadership style, qualities of the followers, and aspects of the situation. Then situational theories. Situational theories are purpose that leaders should choose the best course of action based upon situational variables. Say what type of situation? For that, how we are going to work. Different styles of leadership may be more appropriate for certain types of decision making. Behavioral theories. Behavioral theories of leadership are based upon the belief that great leaders are made, not born. Rooted in behaviorism, the leadership theory focuses on the actions of leaders, not on mental quality or internal status. According to this theory, people can learn to become leaders through teaching and observation. So behavior, you know that when we saw about behavior, it tells you what you are, right? So silent observer will say that what you are. Participative theory. Participative leadership theories suggest that ideal leadership style is one that takes the input of others into account. These leaders encourage participation and contributions from group members and help group members feel more relevant and committed to the decision making process. In participative theory, however, the leaders retain the right to allow the input of others. That means you allow all the persons to participate in the decision making. Then very true, but there is one saying here also, plus point is also there, minus one there. Too many cooks spoil the broth. You must be very careful, right? When you are taking the decision, what suggestions given by the other person, then whether it is proper or not, you must be able to communicate. Say these are the things which happens, plus and minus. Then management theories. Management theories, also known as transactional theories, focus on role of supervision, organization, group performance. These theories base leadership on a system, rewards and punishment. Managerial theories are often used in business. When employees are successful, they are rewarded. When they fail, they are reprimanded or punished. That means you must be careful with all these factors, right? These are the different theories, right? But ultimately you say that which theory adopts that you are going to, which suits your organization, right? That is very, very important, right? Yes, students. Now section D, skill development, case study, we do not know, right? I am giving you, right, whatever it is being there, then just I am going to get you one thing. Don't worry about here what you are not able to see the chart. This chart will be given separately in the last. You need not worry, right? I have written here also, but it will be presented in a beautiful manner in the last in your video. So don't scratch your head for that, right? A business organization has several types of planning and adapted to their business activity. List out such information on the types of planning adopted by them. That means how you have to adopt that one. Then you have to give that list out. Below are the major dimensions of plan. So here I have given you what you call plans cover small parts of system, right? Then lower level management, then scope dimension, then plans cover entire system, upper level management, right? Then level dimension, this is organizational plan, which is what actually for that. Plans cover long term, then plans used only once. So here and that plans cover short term time dimension. Here repetitiveness, what actually dimension, and here it is plans used many times. That means you will have to think of all the angles when you are giving what actually the types of planning, right? Short term plan, so one time plan, right? Long-term plan, then upper level, lower level, whatever that, how you are going to process that one, right? Then types of planning. Plan is different and planning is different. So types of planning, that is types of planally, that is breadth, time frame, specificity, then frequency of use, right? Strategic, long term, directional, single use, operational, short term, specific, standing. Say these are the things that what we are going to get. Then under that, three levels of management is there: top level, middle level, and first level management. That is long term plan, standing short term plan, then single use short term plan, then policies, procedures, and budgets. So this is how you have to express what actually your answer for your exam, right? Next question which has been framed: develop an e-content for application of Maslow's need hierarchy theory in the context of Indian population. This theory was developed by Abraham Maslow, an eminent psychologist, and has received more attention from managers than any other theory of motivation. Has classified human needs in a logical, convenient way that has important motivation implication for managers. In this theory, he has pointed out and explained how needs influence human behavior. Maslow viewed human motivation for self-actualization, right? Important, where you can say that it is called as physiological, safety and security, social needs, esteem needs, and self-actualization needs, right? So these are the things that is called as the triangle which is there, which has been explained here clearly. Physiological needs, these are the most basic needs, which food, shelter, clothing. These needs are most powerful motivation, as individual cannot survive without them. Physiological needs must be satisfied to some level, or this should be partially satisfied before the individual moves to satisfy the other higher category needs. Maslow observed that man lives by bread alone when there is no bread. Safety needs. The second one is safety and security. After the satisfaction of physical needs, then it is a relative extent. One feels concerned about safety from one future, enemies, and the other threats. These are the certainty needs of self preservation. At this stage, an individual begins to think about future and makes efforts to provide for rainy days. It is concluded by Maslow that employees need sufficient wage to feed, to take shelter, to protect them and their families and their safe working environment before attempting to satisfy other needs of the higher order. Social needs. After having secured satisfaction for physical needs and protection for future, one focuses on next satisfying needs is love and affection, which are known for social needs. Social needs includes the need of love and be loved, the indeed to belong and the identified with a group. Though this need is strongly felt by an individual with respect to family, it also affects the work environment. As with the first two levels of needs, relative satisfaction, but social need gives you rise to next higher level needs. I hope you know that. Say first I want food, next I want what actually the other thing, that is security. Next one is what actually social, that means I should have what actually loved by everyone. Next is esteem needs. Employees in the organization who perceive themselves worthwhile are said to be have esteem needs. Self-respect is the key respect of each needs. Much of our self-respect comes from being accepted and respected by others. But esteem needs will emerge only when other lower categories of needs are satisfied to a relative extent. Esteem needs includes the need for self-respect and appreciation from others, status and prestige of the society, that is in the society. Self-actualization. At the top of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, there is a list of needs of self-actualization. It is an open end needed. That is because it relates to the need of becoming more and more what is to become everything that is one capable of being. It includes that the need of realization of one's full potential of development, maturity, and autonomy. On the relatives of the need, an individual becomes growth oriented, self directed, detached, creative. But in an organization, he hardly achieves self realization. However, the creativity of an individual in the producing new practical ideas, in bringing about productivity and innovation, in reducing the cost, and might satisfy some of the needs of self actualization. Say this is very, very important. That means your recognition. How the person will be recognized? The person will be recognized only you have been identified. When you have been identified, that is called as what do you mean by self actualization. So these are the needs that Maslow hierarchy theory has been given. You can write like that. So these are the answers which has been explained for the whole paper. So I wish all my students write in the examination. This is only a reference that what I have given you. On this basis, you can study a lot and take good marks, right? And once again, I request those who have not subscribed for this channel, kindly subscribe and share among your friends, right? And encourage Educator Guru. And we would like to serve still more and more in the future to get you what you call academically have in touch with every student, right? All the best for your exams. Thank you.